Okay, well everyone, I just want to thank everyone again for coming to my book signing. My 6th published book, The Hiding Seekers. Well, this book obviously is my 6th published book, and it goes back to the year of 1998 when I first came up with ideas for the story, and it had to do with when I heard news about this poor gay young man who was beaten to death, and it's his story saddened me, and I felt empathy for this poor young man, and I felt as a writer I just felt I should write a story similar to what happened to him about gay bashings, and that's how the story came to light. And this story, like I said, goes back to the late 90s, sorry, the late 90s when I started coming up with ideas for this book. And at that time, I only wrote a few pages or about a paragraph of this story. And it wasn't until recently, the past year, when I finally finished it and wrote it all. It took about a year to complete, but it goes back to the late 90s, like I said, when I first came up with this story. And basically, it's about a gay young man named Jordan Pena who is graduating high school. And he comes out to his friends and his family, and it follows his story and his what happens to him when he comes out and just stuff like that. And it also has to do with a series of gay bashings going on around in this town. And there's like I said, a series of gay bashings going on. I'm sorry, I had a speech, but I'd rather just wing it. There's a series of gay bashings going around with Jordan Pena's his story, and he meets a boy named Trevor who they develop a relationship, and he also has a friend named Cal who's like the mentor to him, who's like a father figure to him, and he teaches them these five gay rules of staying alive and being healthy in the gay world. And basically it's about him finding himself and
That's so rude. Who was that?
No. So it's basically just that. And what else? Let me see. That's basically it. I mean, if you like my other stories, you would definitely love this one. It's like a movie written in story form. That's basically it. Anybody have any questions?
Who's the model on the cover?
Yeah.
It was based off of like an actual person.
No, it's not based off a person. It's just I got the ideas after a tragedy happened to this poor young gay man who was beaten to death back in the late 90s, and I just came up with ideas to come up with my own story of the gay bashing.
Can I ask why the title?
The Hiding Seekers, yes. Basically, it's about people who are hiding in the closet. It's basically like people who are seeking the gay hiders. So they're hiding the hiding seekers. So they're like seeking the gay hiders. So that's what the title is. And what was that? Why am I on the cover? No, this picture is more than 10 years old. This picture is more than 10 years old. I wanted to portray a character, Jordan Pena, who's an 18-year-old Latino young gay man, and that I couldn't find a picture or model for that. So I decided why don't I just use one of my pictures? Yes.
Okay, so Pena obviously is Latino.
Yes,
Who's
it's a
Trevor?
Spanish last name.
And yeah, and Trevor is what?
He's white.
He's white.
His boyfriend's white.
And the other guy? Or
Cal?
yeah,
He's
Cal.
white too. But Jordan's Latino, so the main character is a
Oregon or
Latino.
something? No, just kidding.
But it also talks about family issues and how it is to come out in the 90s. It wasn't as easy as it is now, and it's just a different time, and it's just a different setting. You gotta read the book for that. That's a lot of gay rules.
Are the 5 gay rules with the 5 silhouettes on the...
No.
Tell us the 5 gay rules.
Yeah.
You gotta read the book for that because it's kind of in depth and long. And
Okay.
The trees.
It takes place in Kansas, so I picture trees, even though most of Kansas is probably flatlands, but you know, there's trees. They got trees.
They got Dorothy.
Any questions?
Why Kansas? Because we don't live
Middle America. I wanted just middle America, rural,
Ooh, that's fine.
small town.
Ooh,
Why
oh,
Kansas?
sorry.
Because we don't live in Kansas anymore.
They're all yellow.
Every story of mine always takes place in a different setting, different place. So, but yeah. So anybody else have a question before I end this? Christian?
I'm glad you chose Middle America. They're so fine. Country boys. Oh,
Yeah.
they're beautiful.
No, and I also want to say that this story is not for the weak of heart because it has violence, it has sexual content and murders, and so if you have a weak of heart, don't read this story.
So how long does it take to write like a book like that? How long?
Yeah.
A year.
Well, mostly the past year I worked on it. Yeah.
It just seems so like to write a book. It's just wow.
Yeah, because my other stories I spent many years working on them, and this one I just did it in less than a year.
Nice.
Yeah. And yeah. So I guess that's it. Thank you again, everyone, for coming.